Hello fans and friends of EVGA. Today we're going to show you how to install a CLC 280mm cooler into this DG-7 case and show you just how easy it can be. Couple things we've already done with this case. First of all, the front panel glass has been removed, held on with 4 thumb screws, and 2 fans that come pre-installed on here, those have also been pulled off. There is a dust cover, and that's both easy to clean and easy to remove. And this is also where we're going to install the CLC. So let's go over to the CLC itself. Now it comes with 2 PWM 140mm fans already attached to it, and it's attached in such a way that this would work as an exhaust. So it's going to pull air in through the front of the CLC and out of the back of the radiator. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove these fans altogether, because we're going to reinstall them on the other side of the radiator as we connect that to our case. Now we have the fans unscrewed. What we'll want to do is we'll want to take the entire assembly and place it in the front of the case with the fans already in front of it. Don't make the mistake that I did of trying to put the radiator in here, putting one fan in, and then trying to add the other one in, because there's not enough clearance. You're going to want to get them all in at the same time. Probably the trickiest part of the install, but I'll show you it's really not too bad. And once you do that, the rest of it is a breeze. So you're going to want to have it roughly like this, with your radiator in the front of the DG-7, both of your fans in front of that, because we want to pull the air through the radiator and push that air into the case. With the DG-7 case, we recommend using it as an intake mounted to the front. Now we have all 8 screws mounting the radiator to the front of the case, and we're ready to go ahead and install the pump to the CPU. Now when you install the CPU cooler, the first thing you'll want to do is make sure that you have the bracket installed on the back of your motherboard. That bracket is a little piece of plastic. It's going to be different depending on whether you have an Intel or an AMD CPU, but the CLC does support both. Once you have the bracket in place on the back, it will provide 4 standoffs that you can connect the spacers to connect the CLC. Now the spacers vary from socket type to socket type. These small connectors come in different sizes, and they're all included with the CLC kit, and that is what will ensure that it has the right distance from the cold plate of your CLC to the top of your IHS for your CPU. Now we have those 4 spacers screwed into place. The only other thing to do now is to actually connect the CLC pump itself, and then screw that down with the 4 included nuts, and that'll ensure that everything is tight and contact is good. With the pump, there's already thermal paste applied, so there's nothing that you need to include to it. If you were to uninstall it on a future build, you may want to replace that thermal paste, but for this first installation, go with what's on there. Now that we have the radiator installed and the pump installed, all you really want to do at this point is route all the wires, try to hide them as best as you can just to give yourself a clean look, and then you want to hook the fans and the pump together. The pump powers the fans, and the pump and fans are powered by one header on your motherboard, whether that is the CPU header or a specific AIO header that some motherboards have. On this Z270 motherboard with a i7 7700K, we're going to plug that into the CPU header. The last thing that you'll want to connect is the USB cable, which runs from the pump to the motherboard, and that allows the EVGA flow control software to control the speed of the pump and those fans. Without this connected, the pump will automatically control fan speed based off of temperature, but if you want control yourself, connect the USB and you'll be good to go. The CLC cooler is now fully installed and ready to go. Join us in a future video because we'll show you the EVGA flow control software running from this machine, how you can configure it, and what options are available for LED lighting on this system. Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I wanted to make sure we got all of that.
That's what that beat means.
We needed that. Yeah, that is what that beat means. Today, we're going to show you how to install a CLC 280 cooler inside of this DG-7 case and show you that it's really not very difficult at all. That was way too wordy. Hello, fans and friends of EVGA. Did I miss a letter?
No, you didn't. EVGA, you said it.